I have a passion for educating people on health and healthcare. I'm Lori Jane Leo. As a registered nurse, I have been working with patients for over 2 decades. I am also a health education specialist, receiving this degree from the University of Florida, one of the top universities in the United States that specializes in health education and behavior. Health education specialists are trained in 8 essential areas. We look at a health issue and determine the needs and the capacity of the issue. We then create a plan using quality, current information, and research. After the plan is designed, we go ahead and carry it out. All programs need adjustment, so we evaluate the methods and make changes when necessary, and we always continue to do additional research. We advocate for the public and their health. Health education specialists are educated as effective communicators and trained in social media platforms, print, and audiovisual mediums. We are leaders in our field and focus on management. All these areas of responsibility are executed with the highest level of ethics and professionalism. Now that you know what a health education specialist is, let's discuss my philosophy, values, and ideals. What is crucial to me includes honesty, responsibility, and integrity. I'll also talk about compromise and flexibility. They're all necessary to be an effective health education specialist. I also want to give you a snapshot of my work, so we will briefly discuss the connections between physical and emotional health. And I'll follow up with what I'm doing as a health education specialist and how to contact me. I love this quote from the 31st President of the United States, Herbert Hoover. President Hoover was in office from 1929 to 1933, at the beginning of the Great Depression. He said, "The advancement of knowledge must be translated into increasing health and education for the children." This is true today, but not just for children, for us all. These words and many others have shaped my health and education philosophy. I believe that health decisions are tough for people to make, that there is so much new information available, so much so that it's difficult for medical professionals to keep up. Computer systems like IBM Watson or the new WHO database provides new health information daily. With all that data, how can one know what information is accurate and correct for them? As a health education specialist, I am trained to know where to get accurate information. I am a knowledgeable professional who can do research and provide trusted advice to people looking for those answers and options. I work with the public to help them make important health and healthcare decisions. Or, if they want to learn more, just about new ways that they can become healthier. Okay, so let's talk about who I am, how I conduct myself as a health education specialist, and my values and ideals. Kindness, fairness, and justice. Kindness is being sincere and using one's education and resources to help others and self. My kindness is shown through compassion, generosity, love, and serving others. Fairness for me is crucial in my day-to-day life. Fairness is being impartial, not showing favoritism to others, but instead incorporating empathy and compassion, putting myself in someone else's shoes. Justice is fairness, but it includes social issues for everyone, regardless of religion, race, or gender. It means having equal opportunities, socially, politically, and economically. Honesty, integrity, and responsibility. As a child, my father would say I was a squealer. It wasn't that I was telling on everyone all the time. It's just that I was honest. As a teenager, I followed suit with others and told untruths to get away with things, but I quickly learned that was not the right path. I learned that honesty is the only way to live one's life. Honesty builds trust and sincerity. People know that I'm forthright and that what I say is honorable. Integrity for me is steadfast in my moral ethics. Other opinions, prejudice, or hatreds do not sway me. but I stand firm in my moral compass. I take responsibility very seriously. Responsibility means no matter what, I stand up for my positive and my negative actions. Responsibility also means that when my negative actions come up, I need to speak out and do what's within my power to change that negative outcome. Equality, commitment, and compromise. Equality is making sure that everyone has the same opportunity. Each of us can grow and make the most of our lives, using our talents in the best ways possible. No person should be held back because of a disability, where they came from, their beliefs, or race. It is best said in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal. I believe in those words in our Constitution, and that we are all equal. Commitment is the dedication to an act. For me, that act is health education. I have had this dedication for over 2 decades. It is my professional background, the purpose of my work. Health educators are all committed, the same as I, to the public and to our clients. Lastly, compromise. We cannot be a healthy society without compromise. It seems that it is becoming less fashionable, but compromise is necessary. It makes relationships work. Sometimes people disagree. We need to compromise, and that is especially true in health education. Everyone who seeks help has different situations, different ideas, ideals, and needs. I, as a specialist, need to listen and understand all these so I can change and help my client, or to change the program especially to fit their needs better. I compromise. Trust is essential in every relationship, especially with something as personal as health. Trust in someone means having confidence in who they are and their morals and ethics, that you can feel safe in what they say and do. Trust is confidence. Being effective as a health communicator means being honest, responsible, and having integrity. Trust is not something that happens, it is earned. As a registered nurse and a health education specialist, I work daily with my patients and clients, building trust-based relationships. It is the cornerstone of every health professional. I provide honest information and feedback. I step up when I make mistakes and share my successes. My moral and ethical code has been honed in the healthcare industry for years. This code is paramount in me being effective and a good citizen of the world. Earlier, I mentioned communications. It's one of the areas of responsibility as a health education specialist and a registered nurse. Communication does not just mean giving information, but also receiving it. There are many forms of communication: verbal, nonverbal, visual, and written. All these communication styles should be identified when conversing. The first step in effective communication is to listen. Listening is not only done with the ears, but also with the eyes. Seeing the cues that people are displaying while meeting makes for better communication. Communication also requires the communicator to be flexible and to compromise. Everyone has different communication styles, and learning what that style is essential for health information and for its understanding. There is a lot of complicated information. A health education specialist is there to help navigate through this and understand the data so positive outcomes can happen. Health education specialists also need to be flexible in their communication styles and skills to adapt to the needs of each client. Let us look at a quick snapshot of what a health education specialist can speak on. Over the last few years, Much talk has been about physical and emotional health connections. There have been research studies conducted showing the link. A health education specialist is trained to read clinical research information and to understand what is determined. A research study in 2017 determined that there's a direct and indirect effect between mental and physical health. Additional data shows that if a person is experiencing metabolic problems such as hormones and diabetes, they can have a direct effect on the mind, specifically neurodevelopmental disorders. It was also reported that a direct link between individuals with mental illness and physical aging is happening more rapidly. There is a link between the stress hormone cortisol, which is controlled by the brain, and that it can disrupt other bodily functions. We have all heard that regular exercise is good for the mind, but it is also showing in research that it improves some symptoms of mental illness. Health education specialists carve through this information and provide it to clients and the public in ways that are easier to understand. My heart has always been in teaching about health. It is the main reason I became a nurse so many years ago. The former First Lady and teacher, Laura Bush, said, "There's a very close tie between good health and good education." This is true for me. As a nurse and a health education specialist, I spend my days carving through medical literature to decipher and explain it to my clients and the public. Medicine and healthcare are increasingly becoming more complicated, and I will continue to be that person to help bridge the scientific community and the public. My company, ResearchRx, is dedicated to providing health information. Again, my name is Lori Jane Leo. Reach out to me by email anytime at researchrx@outlook.com. Thank you for being part of this presentation, and stay happy and healthy.